Guys, welcome to the Bachelorette after show here on AFTERBUZZ TV. My name is Danny. That's Chelsea. That's Kristina. And we are about to break down what just took place. Oh my gosh. You guys ready?
Ready? Yes.
Here we go.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Welcome, everybody, to the Bachelorette after show here on AFTERBUZZ TV. As you can see, we are, I don't know what to say, relieved, I'm anxious, I'm excited, I feel like a bunch of drama just took place in my life. What are you feeling in this moment right now, ladies?
Confused. I feel like almost emotionless. Like I feel like there's...
Emotionless?
I feel like I've just had such a wide range of emotions that now I'm just physically drained and emotionally
Yeah, like I'm
drained.
exhausted. I feel like that just all happened to me.
Yeah, physically drained is good, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Like our emotions just got dragged through the
emotionally
wilderness
drained,
and
for
left
sure.
on a cliff in the middle of nowhere. Shout out to Ariana Grande in this this new song. It's called Bad Decisions. I like it though because she talks about hot love, and we might have seen a preview of some hot love tonight in that wood fire hot tub. My God. Thank you for the song, Ariana. We will see you some other time. Shout out to Steven, by the way. Steven is one of the OG engineers, and you're back with us tonight. It's good to have you, bro.
What's up, guys?
Oh, there he is.
There you leave us hanging.
No, he's there. Obviously, Brooks is not able to be with us tonight. He had to leave, but he will be back with us in 2 weeks. We're skipping a week next week.
I know that was kind
That
of
really
a bummer.
sucks.
Does it suck? You want the emotion to continue through, or do you
Yeah.
need a couple weeks to like
No.
simmer
I
down?
want to let's keep this rolling.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah.
All right, overall thoughts, ladies. Give me you have much space to talk tonight. We are down a person, which means we can fill it with your beautiful voices and opinions.
I mean, I tweeted before the show started saying that I wanted to see Luke at the pool party. And we didn't get him at the pool party, but we got him in the hot tub.
You didn't even see him at the pool party?
Barely.
No.
He with her and JoJo, they were like together with the guitar in that one little scene. But other than that, they didn't really have a conversation together, at least not that we saw. But their date was everything I could have ever wanted and more.
Ooh. Okay.
I'm like,
Go into the date.
I'm a Luke bandwagon.
I am just heading that Luke bandwagon because he is a dreamboat.
He is, one, obviously very good looking.
Yes.
But two, I think
But
he's
his heart.
He has such a heart.
No, he
And
does.
He actually does seem, I don't know, just there's something about him that's a little bit mysterious and kind of endearing. And obviously JoJo is really into him as well.
Yeah, that's what you were saying, how mysterious he is. And I think that was so attractive about him to her. You know?
I mean, do you think we got to see some of what the mystery was? Did he uncover some layers? Do you think it's still out there and that's what she's chasing with Luke?
No, I think he uncovered some layers.
I mean, I think he definitely uncovered it, but I think that also might just be like a personality trait about him. I mean, if he puts a ring on it, I don't think obviously that mystery might go down a little, but I think that's something that he probably carries with him.
Yeah, okay, so let's go back to the top and come back to this Luke thing, because she does that kind of with Jordan too. She talks about the mysterious side.
But I think it's two different things.
I agree.
All right, well, let's break this down. Let's start at this pool party. She even says to Jordan, because they have this moment, so let's dive into this. She says to Jordan, I thought in the beginning you were a little smooth. She even said, too good to be true. And she's trying to figure this out.
I think that might also come with the perception of an All-American football player.
Is that what you think of when you think of All-American football players? Too good to be true, kind of smooth, suave, Casanova, debonair, good talkers?
I feel like maybe that just kind of comes with the package.
Okay.
I
don't
was
know.
I thought that JoJo to me almost seemed like she was kind of chasing the chemistry that she felt with Jordan from night one. And Jordan has for sure grown on me a little bit, but I don't see it with him as much as I see it with other people, like Luke.
I almost feel like I really see them truly dating. Like, I almost want them to just, exclusively date.
JoJo and Jordan?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like outside the show? You would watch a show on that?
No, I just want them to date. I think they would have a lot of fun, exclusively just be together. But at the end of it, I see what you're saying. I don't think that Jordan is the one, and I'm not really sure why, because I actually like Jordan.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's Jordan and JoJo or if it's Jordan, but
What would their couple name be, by the way? Because I would say JoJo already, but it's already JoJo.
Yeah.
So, like
Jordan?
Joeldon?
Oh, wait, that's
J
hard.
squared.
Jor-El? Like Joe?
Joe,
Wait,
Joe,
how many
Joe.
Joes? 3 Joes.
Joe, Joe, Joe.
Joe.
Joe, Joe, Joe.
You have to like go up and then like Joe. Would that
I don't
work?
think we have to worry about that because I don't think it's gonna happen.
Really? Like,
I don't.
not even top 3 gonna happen?
top 3.
Top 3, yeah, I think so.
So definitely hometown.
Yes.
We're gonna get to see Aaron Rodgers
Yes.
on The Bachelorette.
Oh yeah, for sure. We knew that from the beginning, though.
Okay.
The only thing I can say with Jordan, and I don't know if it was just the edit that he got tonight, because he has definitely grown on me, but he kept saying things like, I have to make her see that I'm here, like, for the right reasons. And it almost felt to me like he was like kind of like playing a game a little bit. Like he was.
Really?
Yeah, I kind of felt like he wasn't actually feel like there for JoJo.
Really?
He was mostly trying to prove that he was, but I didn't see the emotion behind it. Did you?
Interesting. I didn't see much emotion, and I think she even kind of touched on that. She said,
Yeah.
you know, your emotions and trying to figure this out. I didn't see much emotion, but I saw eye contact. I saw body movement. I saw the way he grabbed her when she jumped up and straddled her legs
Yeah.
around his waist, and the way he looked at her and kissed her. I saw somebody that's into her, and I think, I guess I feel for the guy in this sense. If he's been through some relationships. He said he's made some mistakes. He's experienced relationships. In that case, when I'm putting myself in his mindset, I am going to be a little guarded. I might not let it down right away because most guys on this show do. So maybe he understands and he's seen it and he's like, okay, well, I'm not going to let it down right away because if I'm a little maybe guarded and careful, she'll come after me. So maybe he is playing a game.
Yeah, I think so. But you know what also I thought that was really interesting is that a couple weeks ago he said, I don't know if he said it or if we saw it in the previews for it, but he said, I have to tell her my secret. And we thought it was that his brother was Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, right.
But we learned today that it wasn't a secret. JoJo already knows that his brother is Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
So I'm over here wondering, what is Jordan's secret? If any of you guys
also-
know, let us know, please.
People probably say that it's a girlfriend thing that he cheated.
Right.
But
Do you
I
not think it's that?
also.
It can't be that.
I don't think it's. I just don't think
can't
it's
be.
that. But that also might be a really good producer's cut because if you look at this episode, we all thought that Chad made 2 guys bleed, right?
Right.
And like,
I did not think that.
Editing, so much editing.
So, I don't know. I mean, his secret could be like.
I gotta give a shout out to Marie LaPilla. She said that's the same chemistry that Ben had with Kayla. It was purely physical.
That is
a good point.
shot. That is a very
that's a
good
good
point.
point. It's
a good observation.
I
They
actually
have great chemistry.
I actually can't agree with that even anymore. I think
that might be
exactly
it.
what I see. Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't really think about it like that.
Good
Okay,
job.
so then we see. Yeah, great job. By the way, shout out to everybody on the chat roll. We got the comments going and people are chiming in, and we love it. So thank you for doing that. Okay, so we see this this conversation with Chad and JoJo, where he talks about him being steak and Evan being ice cream, or vice versa.
Oh, at the pool party?
Being so different, just being like, I don't understand if you're keeping a guy like that around. Why am I here? Do you see them as complete opposites?
Yes.
Like 100%.
Evan and Chad?
Yeah.
I mean, 120%.
Like they're not even born on the same planet.
So I have to ask you guys this, because last night, ladies, you were getting a little bit of flack for defending Chad. People were saying this guy's such an instigator. He's made these misogynistic comments, like all these things, and you guys were kind of sticking up for him. Do you stand by sticking up for him? Do you see a little bit that Evan was a little instigating? He saw that it was a possibility, and he kind of started pushing the buttons.
Wait.
Wait, say that again.
That Evan
'cause
was
you're-
instigating,
Yeah.
right? Not Chad.
Yeah.
So that's what we were saying last night.
I
is
know.
that-
I'm saying, do you still stand by that, or have you seen the light a little bit that Evan was kind of an instigator? He was pushing Chad's button once he figured it out.
Well, you're saying the same thing. So we did last night we were saying that Evan was the instigator, that he was pushing the
But
buttons.
you were defending Chad.
because of that, because Evan was the instigator.
Instigator.
So whose team are you on? This is what I'm trying to figure out. You think that's okay that Chad was doing that and defending him? Because people are saying, since Evan's the instigator, that still doesn't make it okay what Chad's doing. You can't have his back.
Oh, okay. I understand what you're trying to say. I still agree with what I said last night. I think that
Should have probably said it clearer.
I think that Chad was defending himself, and I do think that he was just being targeted and ganged up on by the other guys. However, I will say, Chad's threats are not okay. And I think I finally saw that in this episode where I think that maybe in the past episodes there's almost some humor behind what he was saying, because he was just being so ridiculous. But I do believe what he was saying was accurate and he was speaking some truth. But tonight, when he threatens Jordan or when you hear voiceover of him saying that, I don't know, Alex's teeth are gonna go home with him. Like, that's not okay. You can't you can't defend that, and I don't defend that.
Guys, I gotta be honest. The chat roll looks like this right now. Evan is a little da-da-da. Evan is the real villain. Evan was going too far on the group date. People are really, really...
I mean, thank you, guys.
There we go.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's the
Evan
truth.
is...
People are actually going as far. Andrew Arias says, I love Chad. Renee Rear says, love Chad. People love Chad.
Because this is what we said all along. Chad is funny. And he has a point. And I'm going to go with Kristina. Everything that I said last night, I still fully feel and believe. However, the way that Chad left tonight and his actions tonight really rubbed me the wrong way.
Well, let's get there. Let's hold off on some of the actions at the end. Let's save that for progressively as we get to the 2-on-1 date. Because I think that's going to be a big point of conversation.
Right. But Evan needs to go home.
Ew,
and I'm sorry.
So gross.
I will say it again. There's no way JoJo is vibing him.
No.
I mean,
I agree. I don't think there's anybody that disagrees with that.
Yeah.
But I think that what people feel is if you're going to send somebody home, send him home first and let's see Chad stay on a little longer. But why? We don't actually think Chad's going to end up with JoJo, correct?
It's great TV.
Because it's great TV.
Okay, but here's the thing.
I was crying laughing. It was great.
It was great, but the only thing that really bothered me about Chad is that when he had one-on-one time with JoJo, I don't think he actually made an effort.
I don't think he even progressed.
No, not at all. He's like, how are you? Good.
Yeah, so
I told the guys today it was going to be chill.
Exactly. I wish that he went home more because of how JoJo felt about him as opposed to the other guys.
Agree.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Do you think he does actually go home?
I mean, I'm pretty sure she sent it home.
Why did they to be continued it then?
I don't know. I mean, tonight's to be continued.
You can't take
continues in a
that
row.
back, right?
Well, you can do whatever you want.
No, I think he goes
JoJo,
home.
I mean, I think you're probably right. However,
I wouldn't be surprised if another guy goes home as well.
we're still going to get like 45 more minutes of Chad drama.
Right.
It's almost like if he doesn't go home, then honestly, this whole show then becomes about Chad. And even though it's great TV, and I love most of his quotes because they're amazing, like then the show is like the Chad show, and it takes away from what is trying to happen.
Well, yeah, this happened a lot. This happened a lot on I guess the last couple episodes we've seen. This has been the Chad show, and even up to tonight. And a lot of people, what they were saying on Twitter this week and on Snapchat, a lot of people were writing and saying they want to see JoJo have her moment. She hasn't, up to this point, I don't think we've really seen her have a moment. I mean, we've seen her have little moments with guys, but I want to see like an interview at the end where she's like just beaming because that was a great date and the guys are amazing and she's enjoying the experience. Up to this point, I don't feel like anybody's really enjoying the experience.
No, the Chad drama has stolen the show.
It's been the umbrella over the whole thing, right?
Yep.
Do you think that JoJo is watching this back and cannot believe the way it's been edited and played? Do you think any idea this is what she imagined her love story to look like?
Good God.
I mean, would you, like, if you were going on the show, would you imagine?
Right, because she probably sees things so differently.
Right.
She remembers that, I mean, from what I assume as, part of what happened during this whole adventure, not the entirety of it.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do this. Let's get through the rose ceremony and go through the dates. Rose is, well, right before that, though, we do have to talk about this, the Chad and Derek confrontation.
And also the puka necklaces, like the friendship necklaces everyone was wearing.
I mean, someone tweeted, because I tweeted out, like, can someone please explain to me? They're saying
they have
probably
the
to hold the mics.
Yeah.
But okay.
They've always done that.
Oh my gosh,
There's
I'm
different
so
ways to
silly. I
do
did
that.
not know that.
They change the microphones every time, especially if you look on Bachelor in Paradise, since there's no shirts like the whole time, the guys always have to wear some sort of necklace to hold the microphone up.
Wait,
They're just, it's so bad.
I actually imagine them sitting in the circle making these necklaces together.
No, you didn't.
That's what you thought?
I swear. And I was like, look, Chad. I was like
arts and crafts night at the house.
trying to kill
like
time.
they say they have nothing else to do. I was like, see, Chad hung out with the guys. He made a necklace
Oh,
too.
that is amazing.
So pretty much I'm super naive.
So, ladies, here's my
Please
question.
go on about Derek and Chad.
Did you gain respect and gain a little bit of affection for Derek and how he handled the confrontation with Chad?
No.
On
And why or why not?
I think that I think he handled the confrontation with Chad all right, but I couldn't get past before that him talking to JoJo, saying how he had to move rooms and pretty much saying it was because of the negativity.
Why was that a bad thing?
Well, then he followed that up by like, "Don't worry, I got you."
Like trying.
So he went from being so soft and scared of Chad to all of a sudden being like, "Don't worry, JoJo, I'm here to protect you, but I'm scared of the big bad Chad myself." Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like a lot of people, I saw a lot of positivity. People are like, "Go Derek, great job."
Yeah, I mean, I think great job,
He
but
stuck up to him.
I
In the
personally,
confrontation, yeah.
didn't really I didn't pay much attention to it because I just don't think he's. I don't know. I just didn't really grasp onto that
And
whole
also-
entire situation.
Derek and JoJo had a great date together. I wish he spent that time saying, "You know what, JoJo? I don't care about Chad. This time is about you and I."
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
everyone just stop and use your time with her wisely. Hello.
Yeah, I never understand that because
Right?
inevitably that happens every season that they turn their conversations. We even watched it later on the 201. So, anyways, roses go on to Grant, Derek, Jordan, Luke, Robbie, Wells, James F, Vinny, Daniel, Alex, Chad. Of course, Chad's the last one. And I hate, by the way, that Chad said "I do." Like, will you accept this rose? And he says, I'm sure other guys have done it. I'm sure another guy did it.
It's just that Chad
For
did
some
it,
reason, when
yeah.
Chad does it, I feel like he does it with a smirk. Like, he knows that
What he's doing.
You just
Yeah.
answer and say, "I will," or "Sure," or "Yes," or "I'd be happy to."
Thank
Yeah.
you
But he
so
plays
much.
the "I do"
Yeah.
card, which I don't.
But like,
Maybe it's
that's
just
such a Chadism.
Maybe I'm being like overly analytical, but whatever. I just didn't like it. Going home, Christian, Ali, Nick.
I mean,
yeah.
obviously.
Christian, I liked. I think he had some moments. Ali, there's not a moment I could remember in the show from Ali other than he's works right near where I live.
yeah.
And who's Nick?
Santa
Saint
Claus.
Nick. That's Santa.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't even remember that.
Yeah.
Did we miss anything? Did she miss
No.
anything?
No.
Okay. Pennsylvania. On to Pennsylvania we go. Date card, read by Vinny, which I don't think that's alluding to anything. So I think the date card is super random. I went back to watch.
I was wondering why you wanted to rewind
I want to know
that.
who read it. Because I have this theory that there could be little foreshadowing things. They do. Read by Vinny. Luke, I like you very much. Love JoJo. The mush referred to the sled dogs?
Yes.
Like mush,
Yes.
which was cool.
was a fun date.
I tweeted this last night. I'm starting to jot down notes of all the dates they do. Like, I'm going to save these ideas.
Is this what you're gonna do?
Well, I'm not going to do them like verbatim,
But
definitely right now.
But
Like,
noted,
Like
for
the one they
sure.
did where they went dancing with James yesterday in Culver City. Like, absolutely. It's down the street. I thought ladies, would that not be fun? Have you ever
mean,
mushed behind some dogs?
no, but I would love to do that.
That sounds way...
Yeah.
Okay, Chelsea,
now
that
I
sounds
feel
way different than I mean.
inappropriate.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
What I mean is, have you ever been in a sled while they're yelling mush to some
No.
dogs?
No.
No.
Okay. So it's cool, right?
I think it's super cool.
Yeah.
Would that lead to a romantic night?
Maybe.
I think so.
All
if
right.
you're with the right one.
And there's a jacuzzi in the middle of the woods.
Guys, did you
With
see...
champagne.
Did you
And
love...
Luke.
Did you love Luke slowly getting her into the hot tub, holding her over the hot tub, chopping the wood? Were you just going crazy?
Everything that Luke did.
Yeah?
Yes. Everything.
I did too, but I actually was so happy for JoJo in this moment.
She
Because her personality finally shined through.
Yeah.
And I feel like, okay, this is what the show is actually about.
Right.
You know?
She was having fun and, kind of, I mean, granted, the hot tub was probably really hot, but like playing up that card and like having an excuse to be held and all that stuff. And
It was really
I
cute.
loved it on both ends. I think Luke is a complete doll.
Did you like him even more after the dinner conversation? And
Yes.
talking about what he's been through?
Yes.
And
Yes.
I think that
Definitely.
stuff has shaped him. I think that I understand now him talking about being in Afghanistan and losing his friend and being, having soldiers' lives in the palm of his hand based on decisions he made for a year. That explains a little bit to his quiet, reserved confidence to me.
But it's a confidence thing because sometimes when people overcompensate because they're not confident.
Yeah.
So I think he is probably during that time in war and training, he's so now in tune with himself and he sees everything through a different perspective. So he doesn't need to be waltzing through a door, just making it known that he's there. Like he's confident, he knows that he's there and what he brings to the table, and like he's not afraid to eat alone.
I can only imagine, because I've never been at war and I've never been stationed overseas and had moments where I have zero, technology and I'm out just with me, my thoughts.
Right.
My life is on the line. I can't imagine what you learn about yourself in those moments.
Right.
Yeah. Especially when you have not only your life on the line, but all these other people's lives in your hands as well.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's
No,
heavy.
I think he seems just like a great guy, and she just seemed so
She was so smitten over him. And she kept referencing that, he looks like a GQ model.
Yeah.
And you can kind of just tell, like, okay, well, one, he's probably like every girl in America's type, but he's definitely JoJo's type.
Yeah.
And I think JoJo really took the advice that Allie and Caitlyn and Des gave her by, holding off on the one-on-one dates a little bit.
Because I still don't think there's one guy that we're like, she is really focusing on that guy. I don't think there's one yet.
No.
I think she's focusing on Luke.
I think Luke is maybe in the conversation. But I don't know. I would say she's focusing on Jordan just as much as Luke.
I mean, how would we know? The show hasn't even been about JoJo, so.
That's like, it's starting to bother me.
Yeah,
I know Chad's funny, but I think America, and I would say the majority of people feel this way, it's starting to bother us.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
I was over it at
It's
this point.
funny, and like those little moments are funny, but I'm just, we're not here to talk about Chad,
Anything else with Luke? I would say this. For me, he slid into my definitely top 3, maybe top 2 after tonight.
For sure, my top 2.
Really?
Yes.
I had
don't
a couple
know
people tweet me that. For sure, top 2.
For sure,
Kristina?
top 2.
Definitely. And you know why? What really pushed me over the edge? He was talking about how he lives in Nashville but loves Austin. And JoJo was like, oh, well, I like Nashville and Austin.
Yeah,
and I felt like right away she was planning her future with him.
Ooh,
She's like, I can
her
make that
brain
work.
went there. She's thinking about it. Life in Texas.
Definitely.
Life in Tennessee.
She's
She's got
about
that
it.
what am I country. What did I say? Crunty?
I don't know, but
Country. Good God, what's going on? She's got that country vibe of like, I think she would like do the dancing and like square dancing and go to like little, like I see that. I see her.
Well, I think she's got the southern hospitality and like the southern charm.
Yeah.
She's from Texas. She is a southern girl.
Okay, we'll move on to the group date. You guys good with that?
Yes, let's do it.
Date card. We could go all the way. Derek, James T, Daniel, Chase, Wells, Vinny, James F, Evan, Grant, Jordan, Robbie. The only 2 not called, of course, Alex and Chad.
Dun, dun, dun.
That moment was pretty interesting, by the way. When people kind of call it out that it's them two, and Alex starts he's like, it's good versus evil. He starts saying it out loud, as if Chad's not in the room. In that moment, I was trying to put myself in Chad's position, sitting there on the couch, and people are just basically, at that moment, somebody else is instigating everything.
Right.
So what does he do? Does he sit there and be quiet, or does he speak up? And he's forced to speak up. I almost felt like defensive for him a little bit. He hasn't done himself any favors, but Alex was being kind of a dick.
He's antagonizing him like crazy.
Yeah, when the season first started, when the season first started, I really liked Alex, and I automatically put him as a front runner. But after everything with this whole Chad drama, it's just, he is now like so consumed by it too. I think it's such a turnoff.
100%. I could not agree more.
What is that face?
This face is because somebody just said I was stereotyping Texas by I was talking about Tennessee. I was talking about music and dancing.
Okay, first of all,
I'm not even talking about Texas. Anyways, Liana Morma, you misheard me.
Yeah,
and that is what Texas and Tennessee is, so.
I agree, Chelsea. I think that I thought Alex was a front runner as well, and now I have no interest in him. I hope.
Yeah, no
I honestly
interest.
wanted her to send them both home.
Yeah, I looked at you guys, and I thought we were gonna get both. Who was that both got sent home? That was Ashley, and
Kelsey.
I'm trying to remember what Kelsey looks like. But I remember that. The helicopter left. We left them both there. Yeah. I tweeted this out. I love this little, we'll get there. This little theme that The Bachelor and The Bachelorette has going on. They even said a grown man versus an angry child was Chad's comment.
Yeah, it's just like, let's just.
The group date was cool, though. I like it.
It was good. I think the guys actually had fun, and they needed to like have that fun.
Competitive, let out some aggression.
I was so happy Chad and Alex weren't on that date because I wonder what would have happened. I feel like they both would try to prove themselves.
Oh, I'm sure the producers sat on a wait out. Do we want them to be playing football on a field and tackle each other?
Or stuck in the woods.
Or stuck in the wilderness together.
Totally.
Oh my gosh. So we see again the editing proves to show that the blood twice in this episode is not from Chad, as they get us every time. They lure us in with like this, the blood, JoJo screaming.
You guys, Chad is for sure a little insane, but do you honestly think he would punch someone in the face?
Yes, and I'll tell you why. Because not only he it's not a punch, but he face shoved with a finger Evan after the night they did stand-up sex comedy, and he punched the door as hard as he could. He even said, if I don't lift weights right now, I'm going to murder someone.
I mean,
he talked about cutting off arms and legs.
He does say stuff like that.
I do think he would punch someone in the face if he was pushed for it.
If he was pushed for it.
Oh, yeah, I absolutely think he would. But I think there's other guys in the house that would as well.
Right.
I think Alex would.
Totally.
I think Grant would.
I think a lot of them
I
would,
think
honestly.
several of them. There's only a few I probably think actually wouldn't.
Yeah.
James, Evan, maybe Wells. I don't think would. I think they would probably try to have cooler heads prevail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, can I just rewind back to something really quickly?
Yeah.
I just want to say this because when Chad had to come in after his talk with Chris Harrison at the very beginning of the episode, all the guys were trying to gang up on him again a little bit. You know, he was pretty much trying to apologize, saying like, and explain his actions. And James T, out of all of them, out of all the guys, were like, you know what? We don't think you're a bad guy. I don't think you're a bad guy. I don't think you're purposely trying to hurt anyone or do anything. Let's just go on. And I was impressed by James T, because for me, he went from being the nice guy to like, I feel like he had balls in this episode. I felt he was so much more of a man and more than just the nice guy. Like he stood up in front of all the guys. He actually stood up to Chad, which I feel like takes courage to say in front of all the guys.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I actually thought it was pretty smooth of James, how after he got cut in the face and she kisses, he says, "Yeah, but can I get one right here?" And then he kissed her. I actually thought that was really smooth.
He was good.
I love that.
He was a champ. Good for him.
Good for him.
I said this on Twitter. Evan would have gotten lifted out of there if he got a little cut.
Evan, what are you doing with your life?
And then we see another moment later on where she's talking to Jordan and she says again, "I feel comfortable expressing what I feel, but you're not. You're so tough to read." She said that twice tonight, too.
Honestly, though, I mean, granted, I'm not in her position and we only see what we see, but I don't think he's that tough to read.
I think he is. We haven't seen him emotionally really give her something to grasp onto. He's been
What do you
fun.
want him to give?
I want him to be like, you know what, this is why my last relationship didn't work out. I really loved her. I really want someone to settle down with, to talk about what he wants, what the future looks like, what his relationship goals are. I want him to give her something that she can hang on to and be like, okay, this is something about Jordan that I can grow in. Like, I can grow with him. I didn't see that from him.
He hasn't really opened up that much at all.
That's what I mean. Like, I've seen good, I want him to.
Yeah.
And I've seen good chemistry and good things, and they have a good time because he's great at conversation, and he's articulate, and he has a personality, and so does she. I think they mesh. I just haven't seen him be like, you know, something I really like about you, JoJo, is that you're really easygoing when things kind of suck around you. You have a good time. You're really easy to, like, let loose with it. You know, I really like that. I could see us doing that. And I could see my family would, you know, something.
Just something.
Something. And I just guess I haven't seen that. That's, I guess, what I'm looking for, to answer your question.
I would like to hear him talk about his career a little bit, because I feel like it's got to be tough to be a retired football player,
Sure.
you know, and have gone through that, and when your brother is
I'm sure
one
he
of the best.
will. I think
You
we'll
think
see
so?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, and what also, here's why. A, I think so that he goes far for a lot of reasons because of their chemistry. B, I think they go far because what I see from JoJo so far, the fact that she said in tonight's episode twice that she wants him to open up, she's looking, like she's chasing that Jordan that she hopes is in there. So for me, I see it going far, and if it goes far, I think that comes up. I think the football thing is a elephant in the room right now. I'm sure for him, he's being very careful.
Right.
Because he doesn't want to do what Chad said. Oh, you're a failed football player. He's not failed, but it didn't work out for him, and that's okay. And it did for his brother. I'm sure that's a huge insecurity. He probably gets that all the time.
All the
Definitely,
time.
for sure.
Yeah.
I think it'd be interesting to see. Because I'm sure that's tough. And I would love to see him talk about, yeah, it sucked. I didn't make it, but that's okay. You know, how he handles that will tell me a lot about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? One thing I thought was interesting. JoJo in the beginning, she was kind of going through the guys and talking about them in
Yeah.
the beginning of the state, and she said Chase. She was pointing out who she liked.
What did she say?
yeah.
That's
She
right.
said Chase. Oh, he's good. He shot up to the front. Then this killed me. She goes, James Taylor. He's the nicest guy.
Guy you'll ever meet.
Friend zone? Friend zone talk?
zone.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
Because
yes.
if you describe someone as like, he's just the nicest
And
guy.
then she said Jordan, he's a good one. And I don't know if there was any more. I think it stopped over there. But
Well,
shot up to the front, he's a good one and nicest guy.
he
There's
did get the
little-
rose. Jordan did get the
Right.
rose.
Well, I'm saying that James Taylor's in the friend zone. That's all.
Ugh, I don't want him to be in the friend zone.
I know. I like him too.
JoJo, unfriend zone him.
I don't think he's fully there. He's totally tiptoeing.
Between friend zone
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
well,
Wait, somebody's
'cause
saying
he's so
Cindy
great.
Lou says that Jordan did open up yesterday on the group date, but it was cut off.
Meaning,
How do we know that?
I don't remember that.
Meaning he was edited out.
Like it was,
or...
like maybe. So if they edit it out, tells me he goes far as well because they're waiting for us to see
Waiting
it.
for it to,
Yeah, they're waiting for it to develop.
But
Okay.
then why would JoJo be asking it
But
again from him
also,
twice?
she, instead of almost on her end, like, if you want to know something, then you need to ask. Don't just be like, I can't read you. I can't read you. I can't read you. I still can't read you. Like, then have a conversation.
I think that what that means is that she wants to be led. You know what I mean?
I know, but also a lot of men need to be led. So, like, she needs to, like, at least throw the bait and see if he's going to take it, instead of, like, obviously her saying I can't read you is not working. So, I mean, try something else, girl, because that's not working.
Agreed. So let's do this. Let's talk about the last date. I know we got about 6-7 minutes left here to get through this last part before we're done. The last date card, Let's Get Lost, Love JoJo. And then Chris Harrison is actually on it as well. Into the Woods, Your Path Goes, Only One Returns for the Rose. Chris Harrison. It's Alex and Chad in the wilderness, alone, 2-on-1. We all know how it ends. Ladies, tell me what you saw, what you liked. Did Alex even deserve to get the rose? Did he do enough to get it? It was the lesser of two evils.
I was just so impressed. So unimpressed by both of them. Chad's a huge liar that completely. That's the reason why I kind of want to take my words back a little bit about Chad, because he did verbally assault these guys and say the craziest things. Yeah, absolutely. And that was a huge threat, and she straight up asked, like, did you or did you not threaten Jordan? And he just says,
well, he said yes.
But he still just kind of dodged. It was a total dodge. And I hate that he said this. I wrote this down, so I want to read this. He says he threatened people, and Chad responds, so they would be quiet. JoJo asks, why'd you threaten people? So they would be quiet. And she goes right away, that's not the way to treat people.
Right.
And she's right.
So his warped way of understanding of how to get people to shut, so they would shut up, so they would be quiet.
That's terrifying.
It is terrifying.
It was interesting to hear her say how she felt bad because he lost his mom. And I think that's something that I know someone was snapping me about and tweeting about. Yeah. And it's true, like, he probably just went through a really hard period of time, and he probably does have, like, some anger built up, in him because he just lost his mom. That's a terrible thing to deal with, and then come on this show.
Yeah, absolutely.
And on top of it, have these people attacking
these guys,
Oh, I'm sure it's pushing that anger button.
For sure.
He's not even angry maybe at these guys. He's just angry. Yeah. Because life dealt him a card that sucks.
100%.
You don't know how to deal with it. There's no manual that says, hey, when your mom dies, this is how you deal with it.
Right.
Nobody knows how to
I couldn't even imagine. And also, I was so turned off by Alex. Alex at this point is not there for JoJo. Alex is there just playing this game.
For ego reasons?
For ego reasons. I don't know what it was, but he kept thanking JoJo for giving him the rose, and he knows he only got the rose by default. Yeah. He did nothing, in my opinion, to warrant that rose except for tattletaling on Chad.
Yeah, and their conversation was gold, though. Good God.
Oh, afterwards?
That was one of my favorite.
Oh, those two? That was amazing.
That was one of my favorite scenes.
But JoJo and Alex didn't...
It was like they were in their own little relationship. I'm not very happy with you.
Chad.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. How many times in our lives have we heard that?
Oh, yeah.
It stings worse.
Yes,
it does.
It's so much worse. Saying just disappointed is like just a straight up dagger.
I can literally hear my dad saying, Danny, I'm not mad at you. I'm just really disappointed.
I can hear my dad,
that you just messed up.
But it comes from a place of love. When someone's disappointed.
Oof.
So maybe Chad really is just a big teddy bear and he's got some love.
He just needs some help.
I have to say this. A lot of people are saying on the chat roll that Chad never lied. He just dodged the truth. Dodging the truth for me is lying. If somebody dodges the truth, if they work their way around it when they know that there's a true answer there and they don't say it,
because that's a blatant yes or no.
Yeah.
But I don't think he said no. He said yes, and then he tried to explain himself.
Right.
He did try to go around about it.
He tried to go around it,
but he didn't lie.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. People are saying that he didn't lie. So
Okay, fine. He didn't lie. He didn't own up to his own actions.
It's schmoozy.
That's slimy. That's slimy.
But you know what? He also didn't do a very good job at defending himself either. And that's why I'm not surprised that JoJo sent him home, because I think if he opened up and, became a little bit vulnerable and was like, listen, like, this is how I'm really feeling. Like, I feel like these guys are threatening me and they're hurting me, and every corner I turn, like, I hear someone talking about me. Like, put yourself in that situation. Yeah. And then if he explained himself a little bit better, maybe she would have thought twice about it. But he didn't really show much effort.
Okay, we got about 2 minutes. Favorite quote of the night?
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
the blueberries and planes.
Life ain't all blueberries
Life
and
ain't
paper
all-
airplanes. What does that even mean?
Oh, but you know
Someone
what?
please
The thing
tweet me if
is
you
like
know.
he has a point. I don't know what he means, but he has a point.
Yeah, but what in the hell does that mean?
I don't know, but that is so amazing that came up in his mind.
Whoever out there understands what that means, please, or where it's come from,
It's
please
so
let me know.
good.
I have I have another favorite quote from the
What
night.
is it?
Evan saying, "I'm in
Ew.
beast mode."
Ew, anything. Ugh.
That
was a weird
was
one.
the most out of control thing I've ever heard.
Well, my favorite was Chad telling Alex
milk.
to go have a drink of milk, and he goes, "No, not gonna do it. Don't even like milk." Well, you should. Milk's delicious. That Chad is probably
That
the
is
only
funny.
point I agree with you on tonight. Except I can't do it anymore because it makes me bloaty, and I'm surprised Chad drinks. I'm surprised Chad drinks milk.
Yeah, I'm surprised too.
Dairy when he's
Dairy,
got like 2% body fat.
Good for the bones.
I guess so. Any other thoughts?
I love Luke.
I'm nervous for next
2 weeks.
for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I think it's going to be a little bit of a tease. I don't think it's going to be what we imagined.
How much of it is it going to be dedicated to Chad? 30 minutes?
I don't think that much of it.
10 minutes?
The first half for sure. And then I hope we're just done. And then like let's get it over with.
I think it's going to be like the first 10 minutes. And then I think someone else is going to do something that bothers JoJo, and that's why she's crying.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't think
those
it's gonna be
tears aren't
Chad.
because of Chad, I don't
Yeah.
think. And I don't
Gotcha.
think she's saying, I hate him. I don't think she's talking about Chad.
I agree with you. I
Yeah, I
think
don't
it's
think
someone
so
else.
either.
Right?
And I don't know
And
who.
I love, like, I
Wait,
just
who do you guys think it is?
I
have
don't
no
know,
idea.
but it's not
You
Chad.
have to guess someone.
I have to say this, though. I want to see more Wells. This is my number one thought after tonight. I want more Wells. He stuck up. He talked twice tonight. And stuck up. I was like, yo, can I just say something?
Yeah,
I
he
love that
did.
dude.
Yeah.
I want to see more
No, I bet
Wells.
he's a good guy.
I think Wells is a dark horse. I'm just saying I think
Okay.
Wells is a dark horse.
Maybe.
Okay.
That's all. That's my last thought. I want to see more Wells. Ladies, in the
That's all
meantime, where can people find you? Tell us what are your handles, all the things.
Thank you guys so much for watching. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Miss Zias. It's MISSZIAS.
Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, everything. Briche, Briche.
And Victoria Beck says blueberries are sweet and airplanes fly high.
Oh yeah, that was great.
So put the two together, but I still don't know what it
Sweet
means.
and fly high.
I don't
so
know.
life, you can't be sweet and fly high.
You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Danny Hoyt, but you can follow me on Snapchat at Danny Hoyt47. I'm jumping on a plane tomorrow, and I'm excited to go explore somewhere I've never been in the world.
You're gonna have an amazing trip.
Love you guys. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz
We'll
you
see in
later.
2 weeks.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.